Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. You know, one question you get asked a lot when you have a gun channel is, what's the best budget gun for carry? What's the best budget gun that I can actually take out with me every day and feel like I'm protected without spending a lot of money? A lot of people don't want to spend a lot of money on guns. A lot of people don't want to do anything to their guns after they buy them. You know, some people just want it as a tool to protect themselves and protect their families. And they don't want to spend a lot of money, especially these days where not everyone has a lot of money. Things are a little tight right now. We just came out of a global pandemic and the economy hasn't caught up yet. So a lot of people are paying inflated prices, etc. So they don't want to blow a lot of money on guns. So I thought I would do a little list today of what I consider are the best budget EDC guns. And I'm not going to go with the cheapest because, you know, anyone can go out and buy a High Point. They're actually really cheap and they actually work. But I don't think most people want to carry them. There's also some other guns on the market that are cheaper than the ones I'm going to say, but they're not guns I would consider reliable. You know, some of them have issues. The guns I'm choosing are the best price and the best value for that price. Not the cheapest guns, the best low budget gun. Going as low as you can in the budget while still maintaining a certain level of quality. I actually believe in these guns. In fact, these are the guns that I send out most often for TYM Triple P. They're the ones that I buy to give out because they're affordable. They aren't going to break the bank, but you know, there's still something, if someone gets it, they can feel confident carrying it, that it's a quality gun, and that it's not something that just seems cheap. You know, they don't feel like, well, you know, it's embarrassing what I'm carrying. Because, you know, I think a certain pride of ownership should come with your gun, because maybe even if they're not gun people, after they have one for self-defense, you know, when things look up a little bit for them, they might get more into guns if the gun they have is decent quality. So after that huge, long explanation there, I want to get into the list of what I think are the best budget guns. And these are the ones, like I said, that I give away from TYM Triple P. Or at least I give people a gift certificate where they can get one of these. That's kind of the way we have to do it. But at number 3, I guess, these are really in no order. But at number 3 is the Ruger EC9S. Now, this gun is very small, but it's still 9mm. Holds 7+1 rounds. It's striker fired. That's what the S in EC9 stands for. The EC9s were actually little hammer fired guns. The EC9S are striker fired. And these are very simple, very practical, very easy to conceal. They're not much bigger than an LCP, but in a higher caliber. And like I said, they hold 7+1 and they have sights. A lot of these tiny little guns don't have very good sights. Now they are integral to the slide, or integral, as we say back in West Virginia. So you can't change them out, but they're there, they're good, they're basic, they're not going to get knocked out of position when you're carrying it. So these are a great deep concealment gun. And since it's a Ruger, it's a name brand people know and trust. It's a quality product. So it's not like you're slumming it with the gun. So the first one I'm mentioning here is the Ruger EC9S, which you can get about for, you know, $245 to $275, depending on whether you want just a plain black one or do you want one that's got pretty color grips and stuff like that. So like I said, good price point, well under $300, 9mm, decent capacity, you know, a little bit more than a revolver. Most revolvers, especially anything that you would carry in a revolver that would be this size. So first gun, like I said, that I'm mentioning now is the Ruger EC9S. Now moving on to the next gun. This is the gun I use when people need a revolver. Like they're like, I just don't like semi-autos. I don't trust semi-autos, or I'm a female and I don't want to rack slides because, you know, I don't want to break my nail, or, you know, anyone else that also doesn't want to break their nails racking a slide. You know, I'm not going to, a lot of people do their nails these days. I don't, mine are horrible. I have a video about getting my nails done because people complained. I'll put a link to that in the upper corner here. But other than that, I don't really get my nails done. But this gun, like I said, is the revolver I go to when anyone needs a revolver. And that is the Taurus 856. Now, the Taurus 856 comes in a lot of different configurations. It comes in blackened or blued. It comes in stainless. You can also get it in an ultralight configuration, so it's a very lightweight carry gun. And you can also get it in double action only or double action single action. My preference is the stainless double action single action, or sometimes I like the black one better. I think the black looks better, actually, but stainless is easy to keep care of. But this is an awesome gun. It's 38 special. And I do believe it does take plus P. And you can put a good solid copper projectile ammunition in there, and you've got a good defensive gun. It's 6 shots, so it's not a compromise. It's not one of the little 5-shot revolvers that you get a lot of times from other manufacturers with their small guns. So it's 6 rounds. Like I said, just a really nice gun. And the price point on them usually runs around $290 to $330. Depending on whether you're getting, the black basic gun, double action, single action, or you're getting stainless, ultralight, whatever. But that's the range. And that's not a bad range for a revolver. If you've been shopping for revolvers, to be able to walk out of a gun store for $295 or $300 for a revolver, that's a good quality gun, is not bad at all. So like I said, this is the gun I give out that I actually stand behind because it's a gun I actually purchase. When it comes to revolvers, I think this is probably the best budget revolver. A lot of people ask me about Charter Arms and other makers. I'm like, why go to them when Taurus is there? And Taurus has been making revolvers for a long time. They're a big company. They stand behind their product. And I've found them to be very reliable through personal experience and through anecdotal experience. So the next gun on this list is, like I just said, the Taurus 856 revolver, which is my go-to for when anyone needs a wheel gun instead of a semi-auto. So now with those two being said, let's go to what I think is probably the best budget carry gun on the market that still maintains a certain level of not only quality, but, dignity is, I guess, one way to say that. And it is another Taurus. It's the Taurus G3c. Now, these are the, I guess you would call progeny of the G2s that were out for a while, which were also great guns. Bought a lot of them. Sent out a lot of them. But now we have the G3cs. Now, these are just really, really good polymer guns. They hold 12 plus rounds in the compact configuration. You can get the full size and get 15 plus 1, but I usually send out the C because it's easy to conceal. It's got decent capacity. Like I said, 12.1 rounds of 9mm ammunition. It's a decent size. You can get a good grip on it, but it's still, like I said, pretty easy to haul around with you every day. It's got removable, replaceable sights. The rear sight is driftable. The front sight is fixed, but they can be removed and replaced with aftermarket sights if you don't like the basic sights. You can get it with or without a safety. I prefer without a safety. And you can even get them now, the Toro models that are cut for RMRs. Now, I've never bought any of those yet because most of the people I'm sending them to, they can't afford an RMR. So it's not really an issue. Maybe they'll upgrade later if they really like it and things look up, like I said. But there's just a lot of good things about this gun. It's one of those guns that if you carry this gun, you've got everything, a gun that'll do everything like a Glock or an M&P will do. I know people love their Glocks and love their M&Ps, but really, this gun is right up there with them as far as performance and reliability. The Glock doesn't somehow shoot straighter. The M&P, doesn't somehow, I don't know what I'm going to say here. You know what I'm trying to say there. I'm getting all confused because, old and I'm still taking some cough medicine. So I can get through these chats. So bear with me here. But like I said, the biggest difference between this gun and like an M&P or a Glock is price and name brand recognition. But it's a really good little gun. Like I said, I have bought a lot of them. So if you're looking for a great budget gun, this is definitely one you should look at. Like I said, all those things add up to a really good gun. And here, price is really good on them. You can usually get them between $280 And 350, 350 being like the Toro model with the RMR. So they're usually in that 280 to 300 range, but right now you can get them for like 229 with a rebate. So getting this gun for $229 with a rebate, which like I said, is every bit as good a practical carry gun as a Glock or an M&P, because I don't think there's a lot of variation in a lot of the polymer guns. I mean, sure, there's some that are fancier and shoot fancier calibers and have high capacity, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to just basic general performance, I pretty much put the Taurus G3 almost level with the Glocks, basic Glock 19 or Glock 26 is what I'd be comparing this one to, or the M&P Compact. I would be feel just as safe carrying this gun as I would carrying either of those. Like I said, biggest difference is name brand, but Taurus is still a name brand people know and people like. So like I said, there's that, you don't feel bad carrying it like you're carrying something subpar. So that right there is the gun I send out more often with TYM-PPP, the Taurus G3c, because for the money, it's just an excellent gun. And with that being said, that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed the show, even though I rambled through most of it. I do appreciate you coming, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Until then, I just want to remind everyone out there to always carry, especially if it's one of these three guns I just mentioned. Those are great carry guns. And stay safe until I see you again.